Hey, I'm Kev Hillman. Welcome back to Monster Energy Supercross as we're at the halfway mark of the season and it's incredibly close between the top four, with Kev Hillman slightly adrift in fifth, but can he get much closer around one of his favourite venues on the calendar, the Rogers Centre, as we're going up north to Canada. So here he is, high side, revving up under the lights here in Toronto as we do get underway. Bit of a slow start from everyone, everyone a bit unsure whether to go as going to the first corner, a bit frantic. Hillman still at the back, but makes a move around the outside, up into the top 10, is he? Just outside, or now he is, down the inside, into ninth. Fantastic manoeuvre. And he loves this venue, because he's often very good around here. We'll see if that's the case again in this visit on 450s. Definitely liked it in the East Series in 250s. Though, as someone's trying to get into Hillman and crashes. As he's in sixth, and remember, top four make it through. As he tries to make the move on Justin Brayton, who's battling for the top 10 in the championship. Oh, and Hillman into the truck block. Or tough block, should I say. Oh, it's me trying to chuck that block away. As you do not want that. As he goes into the final corner, down the inside of a couple riders, across the line. Down at 11th, you've got Justin Calhoun leading. And then Johnny Taylor, Chad Reed and Ken Roxon looking to bounce back the German. After a horrible visit to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Wasn't the best visit for Hillman in the end either, but still top 10 result. Still top 5 in the championship. Still in with a chance of winning the title. At his first proper go at it. His second season, 450s. You can see why he loves this place. Look at how superb run down that back straight, back into the top 10. Now, can he try and claw himself towards the top 5? Still right in front as he got Cooper Webb in front. Down with Stuart Thompson. As he go into the left hand, a bit more cautiously this time. As he's got Chris Porcel behind and Felix Joseph. Battling for the top 10. He's going to the final corner. Someone taking a very high line in front. So go 58.4 going on to the second lap, or third lap, shall we say. Still got the same top four. We've got Jason Anderson in front on the Husqvarna. Of course, got the Yamaha of Cooper Webb right in front. And you can see it's taken some time for ISO to get used to a 450 round. It used to be much easier on the 250s. Maybe it's not just as flowing, maybe, on the 450s, but he's up into the transfer stop in fourth. Look at that, 5 places on the back straight. Like they weren't even there. And now he's got Johnny Taylor, Ken Roxon right in front. Is that Chad Reed as well? There's all Calhoun was leading early, down to 6th. There's all high side wide again in that left-hander. He's going to have to sort that out in the main event. Same with these tough blocks, getting to know them everywhere. But so he holds on to 4th. There's another mid-58. Despite all the mistakes, sticking down the inside of Johnny Taylor. And Justin Calhoun still battling for the transfer spot in 5th. There he is, right on our arse. We've also got Justin Brayton there on his Honda. Side really gets to know Johnny Taylor this race. I mean, the handlebars and everything. They go over the jumps then. This is why he's so good. Knows how to handle these jumps beautifully. He goes around the outside of Chad Reed. Does he? No, the Australian fights back. Remember, these two have history so far this season. And it's like the veterans holding on for the time being. We've got Roxon in first. This is perhaps the top 3 you would expect from this heat race. As he goes into the right hand, still not taking it well on the 450. He was a bit better at that in the 250s. He's taking down the inside of Reed as he does a 57.1. And all out breaks himself though into the first corner. As on the penultimate lap of this heat race. Looks like it's going to be a much simpler time for Hillman compared to Georgia. Same for Roxon as well in the lead. Comfortably make it through in this heat race. But it does look like Hillman has got pace around here. Got that 250 pace. As though again, taking that jump superbly. Seems to really just set him up. Next set of jumps is all a bit wide. That's cost him. That's not an easy triple. But with the rear sliding that much, really did cost him some time to Roxon. And he's still got Reed right in his arse. Anderson not through in fourth yet. There's Calhoun back there, ahead of Johnny Taylor. Great fight from the early leader. They go into the final corner. Onto the final lap. 58 flat from high side that lap. He's nicked through the field. And there is Anderson into fourth, as you would expect. Here comes Reed down the inside for second. Still got a battle to the line here between these two. As Reed gets into the back of Highside and then tries to block past him into the chicane. It is fun when these two get together in a race, isn't it? They go out of this corner. There we go. That's a much better run. Easy. Well, not an easy triple. He still cased the jump there. For Roxon, superb pace from the German. Looking supreme, just like Oakland for him. This is the exact same scenario with Highside trying to chase him down there. Could be the same again. So it's not good for the field. Seeing Roxon win the first heat race. Highside in second. Chad Reed in third. And then you've got Jason Anderson fourth. Cooper Webb just missed out on his Yamaha in fifth. There's Calhoun in sixth, ahead of Brayton. Johnny Taylor down in ninth. In the end on his has Varner as he looked through the field with Weston at the back. But let's see if it'll be the Hillman Roxon Zero again in the main event.
Supercross has traveled north of the border to race in Canada. The roar of the crowd is building inside the Rogers Centre here in Toronto, Ontario, as the engines have fired. It's time for Monster Energy AMA Supercross, an FIM World Championship. Grab a handful of throttle. Here comes the gate. He has the speed and the style that makes him a fan favorite.
So here's Highside starting in fourth alongside Steely, Muskin, Roxon, and Reed. With Dungey in the lead, as once again, I don't know what it is about this place. Everyone seems to be slow getting away. Let's see if Highside can survive this first corner. A couple of riders haven't. They're like Webb down. Has Varner affected as well? Is he trying to go around the outside it of Weston? Approaching the top 10, and now he's into Chad Reed already. Let's look at his 3 wide. With Baggett as well trying to join in on his KTM. He goes past the Honda sort of a Lacey up into the top 5. What a bonkers opening lap. This also just holds off a Lacey for fourth. So we've got Muskin and Roxon in front. Someone's racing away in the lead. So we've got Honda, KTM, Honda. Then Honda as well with Seeley in sixth. Remember, the championship leader ahead of Roxon going into this round. 4 points ahead of his teammate. They go across the line. It's Dungey on the KTM. Of course it is, the number 1. He sees the number 1 right in front of him as well in the championship. Could be leading heading into the second half of it, as that's a horrible first corner. Definitely got to improve that. Maybe use some rear brake, especially as the race goes on. But look at Seeley up into fourth now. At least he's been dispatched down to seventh behind Baggett. It's all about KTM and Hondas at the front. It looks like. Oh no! How has he made that mistake? Oh, and he's been asked to reset by the officials. There goes the superb start of having a nice, gentle race, maybe, challenging for the podiums. He's down to 7th. He's made another mistake in the main event as Highside. It's a miracle he's still in the championship hunt with how many mistakes he makes. Let's go up the right-hander. Got Baggett in front, or did. Chad Reed on the Yamaha trying to take it to the Hondas and KTMs in 5th. It's got Jason Anderson in the top 10. Got Malcolm Stewart just outside that on his Suzuki. You can see why you have to be cautious into that right hand. It's a bit like that right hand at Felix. He really can just ripe out the bike underneath you. That's all. So that Baggett almost taken out Highside, and that's affected his run over the jumps. Same with Reed. Having a horrible run over it. Highside trying to make the move around the outside. But Reed holds on to 5th. These two's locking horns again here in Toronto. On the opening lap, almost every lap in the heat race. And now in the main event, once again getting to know each other. They're going to be sick of the sight of each other after this. But through the final corner, it looks like Highside's got through into the 57s. That's more like it pace-wise. He goes away from the first corner. You've got Seeley in front. Reed trying to make the move around the outside. Oh, he's trying to cut back in this side, but Highside saw that coming. Cut that off. It's all just about gets out of that corner. Okay, and Reed once again trying to dive down the inside a bit like Baggett did on that previous lap. They're not working this time. Side holds on round the outside. See, he's taking wide lines everywhere, just trying to build momentum in this race, maybe. He's ahead of Reed once again. Does not know how to take that left-hander. Has to brake before the bump, maybe. Has to explore that on the next lap. So that's one way of taking the last couple of jumps. Let's look at that 56 flat. That's more like it pace-wise. Dungey 6 seconds ahead, though. And he's 2.5 ahead of Roxon and Muskin. Then you've got this pair. There's Reed trying to join in the fight as well on his Yamaha. But it seems like Highside is pulling away from Reed. And trying to pull away and past Seeley into fourth. There goes the championship leader down a further position. This is not the visit to the north he would have wanted. Once again, championship could be swinging Roxon's way. So there you go. Brakes before that bump, but still a bit leery on the exit. As it goes into the final corner, very wide. Just about holds on though. As Dungey now 5.7 ahead with Roxon 3.4 up the road. Let's go into the second half of the race. Where are you going, Highside? Brake for the corner, goddammit. He's got to fix that first corner problems because now he's going to be battling for Seeley for the next couple of corners. Going to cost him time. Just because of one mistake. That's a massive jump though. Very good on the back straight. So back up into fourth. So it didn't cost him too much actually, that mistake, but still. There's a couple of corners round her which is preventing him from really gaining on the top trio in front. The left hand is normally one of them, but that wasn't too bad. Now into the right. That's not too bad either. Down to the final corner high again. Going way too much speed. Dungey's still just 6.2 ahead. Again, it's these first couple of corners he's poor at. Let's go past the right-hander. That's better. Seems to be gaining on Muskin. There's Roxon, I just realised, preventing this from being an all KTM. Podium maybe in second. Doing it for Honda in Canada. We see down in fifth, Chad Reed in sixth. And look at this, he is gaining us all. Second and third are battling. Dungey comfortable in the lead. But look how close it is between Roxon and Muskin. As no, that corner of the water in the inside, treacherous. Proved to be that way again. Is he still in the 56s though? That's the main thing pace-wise. Even though he's a bit haphazard and a bit all over the place. It's all wide in that right-hander. Just 4.4 up the road is Dungey. So just needs to keep up this pace, does Highside, and he'll be gaining. But not just the two in front, but the leader. But he's messed up this back straight just as someone else was doing it as well. Roxon was messing it up. So now it could be an all KTM podium if Highside can get by. This race is getting interesting and into the final quarter. Between all these championship contenders, top 5 in the championship, top 5 in the race. As that's better into that right-hander. Still very tricky as he's right on the tail of Roxon now. Even though he drops into the 57s, poor lap. He was all over the place. And didn't have that time to back him up on that occasion. We go through the right-hander. Really pushing hard to gain on Roxon. That's all getting very high into a corner. No tough blocks. That's killed his momentum again over these jumps. That's where he's losing at least that second. It's not that he can gain it there. Oh, did Muskin mess up as well? Roxon's all over him. Trying to get back second. That's why you're trying to whip it into that corner. Use the momentum of the bank's high side. He's just getting a bit ragged now that he's can see a podium in front and he's just messing up all the time. That's 2 very poor laps now. But Dungey's still just 3.9 ahead. As how is he still upright? Maybe the tyres are not working. These Michins, we thought they were a godsend. Maybe not. The bike is all over the place now. Look at this. Absolutely horrible to ride. It looks like. No, he's trying to go around corners and the bike's just not going around them. Now he's got Seeley over his tail. Needs to get it together, high side. As I thought we were going to have a interesting final quarter of the race, but since he was on Roxon's tail, he's gotten to the tail of Muskin and high side has dropped back into the clutches of Seeley. And is ridden incredibly poorly. It's a miracle he's still upright. No, now he's taking tough blocks with him for no reason. We go through the final corner. That was a 59. How is he just 2.4 off second? That's once again, what is going on with the bike? There's no grip, it seems like. Trying everything line-wise, but you can see the rear's just sliding everywhere. If the arena rutted up, normally it's not this badly affected by the end of the race, but it is here. As we got onto the penultimate lap, Muskin's been overtaken for second. So Roxon will definitely be leaving here in the lead. It's just how big a lead he will have. As he got Dungey still leading. God, this is frustrating. Trying to ride this bike round it. I mean, it's a bit of a softer surface as well, so the ruts really do affect around here, as maybe Muskin's experiencing that as well in third. Let's see, he's just dropped back out of nowhere now. Chad Reed's on his tail for fifth. Behind. As we're on the final lap of this race, which promised much, but has been a slightly disappointing in this last quarter. But here comes high side for third. Not quite. Still right in the tail of Muskin though, with half a lap to go. Maybe we'll get some excitement on this final lap. As I think Dungey's won it. Roxon's definitely second, but who's going to be completing the podium? This is not the time to hit tough blocks, high side. As he tries to block Muskin, it doesn't work. But still, top 5 finish. As Reed loses out to Seeley by a few seconds in the end, and he's way ahead of Jason Anderson and Baguette, Dean Wilson, Cooper Webb ran out of top 10. And here's Yamaha with Chris Purcell at the back.
That was definitely not the type of performance he was hoping for. He was never really a factor in the race and is going to have to find a lot more speed if he wants to win.
So in the championship, Roxon leads for just 2.7. Dungey leapfrogs into second level on points with Seeley, with Muskin on 167, just 9 points off the lead. It's somehow even closer at the top between the top 4. And then you got Hillman, still 26 points back in 5th and 24 points ahead of Jason Anderson. He's all a bit lonely heading into the second half of the season as Anderson heads his Hasvar, the teammate Dean Wilson. We've got Chad Reed in 8th. Davey Millsaps in 9th. Haven't heard that name in a while though. Then Blake Baggett in 10th, rounding out on his KTM ahead of Justin Brayton by 3 points. Cooper Webb trying to close that gap to the top 10 in 12th on his Yamaha. As he looked further down, there's Porcel in 19th, who finished last in the main event. And it looks like it's 35 riders who score points so far this season, with the Kawasaki the last of them. So, a pretty good race, I would say, for Hillman. Just frustrating it didn't materialise into a podium. As I say, he was right on the tail of Roxon, and then he just dropped back, rode poorly, and finally got it to get on the final lap and almost snuck it away from his fellow KTM runner. But can he make up for it round the Daytona International Speedway? Daytona Beach, it is not the oval. Thankfully on these bikes, it is one of the longest tracks on the calendar. Can Hillman return to the podium or even the top? As his fans say, he can definitely do better next time. It's not the end of the world. They're trying to pick him up, lift up his spirits for the second half of the season. But thanks for watching, and we'll find out next time.